Hi everyone, welcome to Stencil Saturday. So as I mentioned in the last video, again we're going to work a little bit with, I guess what I would say is using my stencils to mark, as opposed to using the stencil to create an actual design. We're marking the stencil to use more as a spacing guide or areas to fill with the quilting. And so I'm going to use again a design from my Modern Simplicity book. It's one of my favorites. As just like in the last video, I always say, you know, it's the easiest if you do them all different sizes, widths, whatever, so that you don't have to fuss too much with keeping them all exactly the same size. But I know that sometimes you might actually want them to all be the same size. So this is a really easy way to do it. And what I realized, you know, looking at, this is my Crossed Diamonds Stencil, and so this is half of the diamond. But what I'm looking at and actually using in this case are just these little rectangles. So I'm going to fit one design into each rectangle, and I'll show you two different versions of it. So this is kind of the basic way to do it. It's super simple. So, and I'm picturing this, you know, a border, a sashing, you know, any place where you need just like a nice straight line. And of course, this would be like the seam, so that gives us a place to travel. So what you do is you stitch up, curve over to here, and down. Curve, up, curve, down. And you just kind of work your way across. Whoop. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to travel back across the little border. And as I bypassed this little curve, and now I'm going to add a little echo in here. Bypass the curve, echo, pass the curve, and echo. At this point, I'm going to travel back up, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. So I bypassed that curve. I'm going to add in an echo and repeat that same process. Pass in the curve and echo. So once you get the flow of it, it goes really nice and fast. Even though you do have to do 3 passes, it is not a lot of stitching. So let me tie off here, and we'll take a look at that. Turn the light off. I think we'll be able to see it a little bit better. I really love this. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of an owl. I don't know why, like the little ears or something. But I really like it. It goes fast. It has a nice modern feel to it, but it also has kind of, you know, if you were doing a quilt for a man or a teenage boy where you don't want something frilly, these designs work really good for that. So let me turn my light back on here. Come down here, and we're going to do just the same thing. We're just going to change it up a little bit. Maybe you want to have a little more quilting, and you can do that too. And this time I'm going to make them wider. So this time I'm going to span 2 of these little rectangles. And if you're not right on those lines, of course, I always say, you know, once those lines are gone, no one's going to know. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead again, work my way back. And this time, I can do a couple of echoes. The other option you would have would be to maybe you want to come in here now and fill this. I mean, you have plenty of room to play with here. So, I mean, yes, that's going to take a little more time to quilt, but, you know, if you want a little more quilting, that's how you can get it. Do our 2 echoes. The option to fill. Go back across the top here, and let me show you one other option. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm kind of going to eyeball a 1/4 inch. I mean, are they going to be all perfect? No. If I was using a ruler, yes, but I don't mind them being a little bit different. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball that 1/4 inch. I'm just going to keep doing that. When I get about there, I'm probably going to stop, because now what it's going to do is make this little thing pop up. So that's another option, way to fill it in. That kind of, what I like about this one is this. So it's going to make, because these are closer lines, that's going to pop up a little bit. Whoop. Okay, so let me go ahead and get rid of these marks. Okay, so I got most of the marks off. Let me shut this light off again. And so you can see that top one, you know, it's nice and open. It's pretty evenly, the density's pretty even. And then if you want to have a little more quilting, you can do this, where I did them a little bit wider, echoed them twice, and then added a fill. So which that kind of makes this pop out. Actually, you might even want to put pebbles up in this part. And then this option is to echo with 1/4 inch lines quite a few times until you end with this nice little rectangle that'll puff up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.